act in people's lives, and expressing that can go beyond just person to person having a phone call.
Typically through things like volunteering or just doing a good deed. And these little social expressions of gratitude, they build up, and eventually I think they affect the person who's inflicting them and the person who's receiving them both in a positive manner.
Give recognition and praise and appreciation wherever I can. And I think it definitely, you can feel the boost mentally and emotionally, I think, when we do that. And I think if we practice this more often and if more people did this, the world would just be a happier place.
Media, and you're advocating and you're sharing your story, you're really inspiring people, and that's something for them to be grateful. So before we get started, we'd love to share our rap song introduction video, and we hope you enjoy.
Yeah, okay, organic base, this is what you need. Take you to the future, live a life that can be disease free. All these toxins are taxing on our bodies, no doubt. All these GMOs and these processed foods we can live without. Yeah, wanna see you live a long time. Contaminants in our water and our food supply. From the meat to the dairy and the fish, what a shame. Not realizing that my insides were inflamed. Hold up, I know it's hard to digest, that's right. I found an organic plant-based website. I even got the app, yo, this is where it's at. Promoting a healthy life, it's time to put it on the map. Assuaged, trust you don't wanna miss. It's time for you to be your best, be your healthiest. Assuaged, trust you don't wanna miss. It's time for you to be your best, be your healthiest. Hey, Assuaged, let's go.
Welcome. Today we have another Assuaged PowerPoint. Today's PowerPoint is covering 3 ways that gratefulness helps you to be your best self. Today we have our student creditors. We thank all our contributors. We have Noah Swart, me, and Jamie Woodley, or Woodle, and then Cynthia Murphy is joining us too.
All right, 3 ways that gratefulness helps you to be your best self. One thing that comes to mind as we enter this holiday season is gratefulness. This is the season when most people take the time to remember to be thankful, but science shows us that there are a variety of benefits to being grateful throughout the year. It's not uncommon to see daily posts on social media during the month of November where people reflect on at least one thing that they are grateful for each day of the month. Over the next few holidays, many families and friends may gather around a table and take turns naming one thing that they are grateful for this year. Along with the happy, warm, fuzzy feelings that we get from these moments, many studies by leading researchers show that there are a multitude of additional physical and mental benefits. Today we will discuss 3 main ways that living a life full of gratitude can actually help you to be your best self. What is gratitude? Gratefulness, or gratitude, is thought to be the quality of being thankful or the expression of appreciation for someone or something. It comes from the Latin word gratia, which is said to mean grace, graciousness, or gratefulness. Gratitude can actually be a virtue, an attitude, a habit, and a coping response. Physical benefits. Intentionally being grateful for a period of time, it reduces the occurrence of pain and headaches, improves sleep, means you are more likely to exercise and care for your health in other areas, and it also lowers cellular inflammation, which is crucial to preventing chronic disease.
Mental health benefits number 2. Intentionally spending time being grateful. This will help to reduce toxic emotions like envy, resentment, frustration, and regret. It will increase feelings of happiness, reduce depression and stress, and increase mental strength by helping to overcome trauma, reduce PTSD and anxiety, and increase the resilience of your mental health. This will provide less burnout and will actually help to lift your spirits. Help you to be your best self. Studies show that intentionally spending time being grateful enhances empathy and reduces aggression, helps you experience more sensitivity towards others and decreases desire for getting revenge, opens the doors to more relationships and encourages an ongoing relationship, reduces cynicism and narcissism while increasing compassion, patience, and generosity. It encourages better communication. It promotes more volunteering and pro-social behavior. It promotes more self-care choices, helps to reduce materialism, and retrains the brain to be more in tune with recognizing and experiencing gratitude. How can you obtain these benefits? It takes practice to train our brains to be more grateful. You can practice by consistently journaling about things, people, or situations that you are grateful for, writing a note or letter of gratitude or appreciation to someone, counting your blessings by writing down 3 to 5 things you are grateful for daily, looking for opportunities to be grateful, and consider what life would be like if a specific positive event did not happen to you. Now it is time for discussion. We will now be starting a discussion based off of today's topic. We encourage you to participate in this discussion by sharing your thoughts and ideas. And we'll be reading viewer comments, and our team of students will be discussing these responses as well as adding our own thoughts. Now we're going to number 1. Question.
Kitty, kitty.
Aww.
I know. Where is he? Oh.
She's sitting by the door. She wants food.
Oh. Yeah, no, I know. I love Kitty. I want one so bad. Things like I'm allergic. No, you're not. Okay. Question number 1. What is one situation in which someone expressed gratitude to you or you to them, and how did it make you feel? So I guess I can kind of answer that first. I feel like energy is a constant exchange between, two people, or multiple people. They're watching you on the outside on social media. So I feel like in a lot of ways, social media is so important for expressing gratitude and teaching others how to be grateful for life, because there's so much negativity, and I just cannot believe some of the things I've seen on social media, and, putting all your laundry out there, which is okay to do that. But in certain ways, it's just other people seeing it on the outside. They're like, I saw one of my friends, I don't know, 2 months ago, somebody beat her up and she got on live right after it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, it just you can feel that kind of energy exchange when you're seeing all this negativity happening in someone else's life. So when you're on social media and you're advocating and you're sharing your story, you're really inspiring people, and that's something for them to be grateful. You don't think people are watching you, but everybody's watching you. So no matter how many likes you think you're getting, there's always, I get messages all the time, and I'm like, wow, I don't ever see that person comment or like my stuff, or I've never heard from this person in such a long time. And they reach out to me and they say, hey, I've been watching you. I've been following you. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much for inspiring me and being honest and speaking your truth. So you are making an impact in people's lives, and expressing that can go beyond just person to person, having a phone call. But I do express gratitude, and I get the same expressions back, via text and messages between, friends and people that are like our family. So, I just feel like it's such a powerful form of energy to share among people, and it can be done in multiple ways. Yay.
For me personally, I would say there's been multiple situations where people have expressed gratitude, and it's given me a form of dopamine. It's made me feel good about myself. It improves probably my own mental health at the time, typically through things like volunteering or just doing a good deed. And these little social expressions of gratitude, they build up, and eventually I think they affect the person who's inflicting them and the person who's receiving them both in a positive manner.
I have one instance that comes to mind. I went to go get my lunch recently. There's this place called Sushi Burrito. If you've never had a sushi burrito, it is pretty amazing. But her name came to mind. She's a fellow military spouse, and I decided to pick her up one too. And I didn't even know if she liked the same type that I got. But I dropped it off at her house, and she later messaged me and said that she was having a really tough mental health day and that it meant the world to her. And so, I was glad that it boosted my day, it boosted her day. And I've definitely tried to make a practice of showing appreciation because I really thrive on words of affirmation and praise. And so I try to make sure I treat others the way I like to be treated. And I try to give recognition and praise and appreciation wherever I can. And I think it definitely, you can feel the boost mentally and emotionally, I think, when we do that. And I think if we practice this more often and if more people did this, the world would just be a happier place.
I couldn't agree, I couldn't agree with you more. Thank you so much for sharing that. Amazing, both of you. I feel like there's so much to be grateful for, and people just kind of uh, they 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 get attached to that negative. It's hard to get away from that negative currency. So
Hmm.
okay. So question number two: do you have any experience with practicing gratefulness? If not, is there a method of practice you would like to try? So again, I would like to kind of I'll start out answering that. I would say anytime you have a negative, it's wise to combat that with a positive. So if you see a negative trait in someone, try to see the good in them. But don't become friends with a serial killer. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying, just try not to see the worst in people and understand that they're going through their own battles, their own demons. You're not always going to relate or understand what they're going through. They're not going to always understand you either. So it's just being that loving embodiment of energy. The energy exchange is very important, and it's a means of inspiration. Also, what you say, think, or do can count for you or against you per the universal laws. So that's something too. Like if you're gonna spit something out there negative, it could come back tenfold. And I swear I've seen that. It's like you're in the freeway jam traffic, and you're like, what else could happen here? And then your day just keeps snowballing and all these incidences. And do you really think that's just an incidence, a coincidental incidence, or could we manifest that to some point? I totally do believe that we can manifest bad experiences.
For me, practicing gratefulness comes through a lot of measures. One of the most is reducing jealousy and conceptualizing your situation. Because when people often contribute or compare, their gifts and what they've received compared to what others receive, it can seem minuscule often. But it's important to conceptualize that everything matters in its own way. And that to practice gratefulness is to appreciate everything you've received, regardless of how it impacted you, and just appreciate the thought and the emotions behind the gifts.
Yay.
I have practiced gratitude, I suppose, by just kind of counting my blessings. A lot of times when I'm taking my dog on a walk, there's a lot of time to just be mindful about things and and being grateful for certain things. When it comes to applying a method of practice, um, journaling gratitude is something I would like to start doing. I've definitely recommended that to several of my clients. For myself, putting that specific method into practice, I haven't done yet, but I want to. I need to incorporate that. And there's so much science behind how we can rewire our brain to think more positively. And it can really be quite transformative when put into practice. So that is one I would like to begin incorporating.
Question number 3. What is one benefit that you would like to gain from practicing gratitude? So I would say I want to be happy. I don't want to be stuck in this negative currency. I feel like life is so short. We just lost my husband's grandfather the other day, and he lived a great life. He was 91, but at the same time, it was like one minute he was talking and the next minute lights out, for the next couple days until he passed. So it's just amazing how short life is and how caught up we get in just negative bullshit and materialism and just what other people have, what I don't have. And it's like you have to work hard to get the things you want in life, and you can't weigh those kind of things on just wanting what other people say. That's envy, that's jealousy, that's just all those negative emotions. When you really come from a place of light, you work hard for the things that you want, and you do things without needing acknowledgement. You give love without expecting it in return. That's kind of where gratitude, in my opinion, stems from.
One benefit I would like to gain from practicing gratitude would probably be just more understanding and more intelligent. Yeah, let me restart with this. Completely lost my thought there. One benefit that I would like to gain from practicing gratitude is to better understand my own situation and appreciate the day-to-day and how my health and my family and my financial situations are all in decent areas that I can appreciate, and that can always be worse. And it's good to just appreciate where you are. And I think what I could gain from practicing gratitude would be more stability and more contentness, I would say.
I think in this moment, there are a couple of benefits that I would love to reap from being more grateful. I think one would be less pain and headaches. I've been getting a lot of stress headaches, and so maybe I should begin incorporating this to try to help in that area as well. And also, I mean, who couldn't use more happiness in their life and more positivity? I'd love to be more positive. Sometimes I find myself being too realistic, not quite pessimistic, but definitely enough to not be as positive as I'd like to be. So those are two things that I would love to reap from that.
Thank you so much for sharing. You guys are awesome. Question number 4. What is one thing, person, or situation that you are grateful for right now? I will say I am incredibly grateful for my husband, his mother, the family we do have. I come from a pretty dark family biologically that I don't, sometimes I wish I had such a close relationship with all of them, but that's not in the cards for me. That's not meant to be. And so that's another thing too. You can't force what you want in this life. You have to create what you want. And so, we've created family out of, Thane's family, our friends, our students have become our family. So those are things I'm incredibly grateful for because I could be myself. I could be vulnerable. I don't have to feel judged. I could, be my own authentic true self without worrying what other people think of me. So that's what I'm grateful for.
I would say the one thing or the situation that I'm grateful for right now is my health, but especially at this time where there's so much health problems going on. There's the COVID and all the situations going on with the medical system. It's good to appreciate that I'm a healthy individual and those around me are healthy, and that I'm working towards staying healthy and achieving more dietary control.
I have a lot to be thankful for. Definitely my family, my two wonderful kids. But something that's been on my mind recently that I've been intentionally trying to meditate on and be grateful for is my educational opportunities. I grew up in relative poverty and got into a lot of debt attempting to go to school earlier on, college, and financially it never could be sustained long enough. So I ended up joining the military, and one of the benefits was getting to have money for school. And I am about to finish my master's degree in early 2022. And I am really so grateful for the opportunity because I wouldn't otherwise, and I don't know where I would be or what I would be doing. And certainly wouldn't be doing what I'm passionate about, which is spreading awareness for health. And so I'm very grateful for my opportunity, and I certainly don't want to, take it for granted.
Well, that was a wonderful, short but sweet presentation. The holidays are coming up, and during the holidays, we don't do much. We don't have. Oh, I'm echoing. During the holidays, we don't have much activity with our students. We kind of enjoy the holidays, enjoy the company of our friends, our family. So I am incredibly grateful for you guys showing up today and for our entire team. And yeah, I just love and adore you guys. So thank you so much for all you do. And we will see you guys in a couple weeks. We'll plan something.
Sounds good.
All right. Bye.